Well, hello again. I'm going to do a little video on some of the things I use when I go for walleye, ice fishing. Some of the things that work, some of the things that don't work. I find with walleye they're very finicky during the day. You have to pretty much be there for them first light and last light of the day. So I find those are the times that they're more active and they actually get more on the ice. Rods I used, what I've been using, again they're not that expensive. They're just I more or less want something with a little bit more backbone so that when you do get a bite you can set the hook. I bought these little things here from Cabela's, but everybody makes them. Yeah, so I like braid if I'm inside my hut. Like I have a two-man flip over portable that I tow behind the sled. So I like braid because there's no stretch. But if you're outside running and gunning and it's kind of colder, I like mono for that. And again, this is just a Rapala one. They're not that much. And I put a little bit of hockey tape on the ends here. What that does is if you don't have gloves on, and when you're touching metal, because your rods are they're either some type of cast, it's kind of cold on your hand. So this kind of just keeps your hands from getting cold. Works for me. Yeah. Anyway, and one of the things I kind of do as well is I kind of have one ice fishing tackle box. I got one box for walleye. And one of the things I've shared on my old videos is I put my telephone number always on the back of all my things, because sometimes you'll lose all your stuff and sometimes someone will give you a call, and if you have a good Samaritan out there, they'll call you and say, hey, I found your box, I'm at so and so, and you'll get your stuff back, or you don't. So I always write my name on stuff, and I've actually got stuff back. An underwater camera came back to me. Or for the tackle side of things, jigging a minnow works most of the times. Tip ups work really well. And with tip ups, you're allowed, even two lines, or you're allowed two lines to fish with per person, but you can put two hooks. Like you can have a jig on the bottom, and then maybe 12 inches or 18 inches, you can have another hook, a single hook, and have two minnows going down, and you might get two fish on. Yep. So there you go. I always fish that second line. Sometimes it's in the hut, and sometimes it's not far from the hut. That you might actually get one on a tip up. You never know. So I think that's my number one, is the jig and minnow. I haven't really caught one with plastics. Most of the times when I go for walleye, I go and buy minnows and we give it a go. One of the other lures that work, this is the frostbite. These are the dinner bells. The red one works good. That one works good if you're fishing in the dark. and we usually go up to Nipissing, and we rent a hut, and nighttime fishing with glow lures I find work great. This is another one that works great. This is a Northland Shiver Minnow. That's a glow one. That's a glow on one side and silver on the back. And they come in, I think that's the middle size. They even come bigger than that and even smaller than that. That's a little one. That's a silver on silver. That works great too. I've got a few on those. These work as well with a rattle. I always have a rattle on a bait, you know, even on the side. I'll bring it down, rattle it down the bottom, bring it up, call them, bring it back down, rattle, up, down, up, down. And if I don't see anything come on the fish finder, I'll bring it up and try something else. This is another one. This is the Freedom Tackle one. I don't know the name of it, but it's got Freedom Tackle on it. But these work well too. This is almost like a when you're fishing with these, you know, and you pull up, it's like the lake trout lure that you use that does the same thing, but these things actually work quite well. I tip them with a little bit of a minnow on the back, just a minnow head, and boom, they'll come in and hit that from far away. A lot of times when you're doing that, you're fluttering this with the rod. You're fluttering this with the rod. You know, you can feel it, you know, on the rod tip, and all of a sudden, like, you don't even see it on the fish finder. The fish come in, it just comes in from far and just smashes it. So these work really good too. What other ones are there? This is a Bay of Quinte one. Ice fishing in the winter. Never had any success on anywhere else but Quinte. I think this is Castmaster. That tip with a minnow, Bay of Quinte. I don't know what it is with this lure, but they love it. Yeah, that's it for the walleye. Yeah. A couple boxes I got. Kind of hold all the stuff. This is another Rapala one. Again, I just put the species W for walleye. P for perch. Just keeps it organized. That's it for my walleye talk.